What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and this is your Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev breakdown. It took me some time to get this done, but I finally got it done. I did a 3-fight film study on both guys. You guys know how I do it. This is a phenomenal fight. I'm sad that it's 3 rounds, but I had to give this fight the proper breakdown that it deserves. And yeah, so you know the layout, and if you're new, I'll explain it right now. I look at their most recent fight, then I look at 2 fights for both fighters where they fought similar opponents and they did well or they did bad against, and some areas of the fight where I think the other opposition can build strategies off of, and I really break it down and give you guys an honest winner. Now, sometimes, yeah, I can be biased, but you guys know this time I think I can be fairly biased, or fairly fair. I shouldn't say biased. I should be fairly fairly objective with this matchup, because I really don't like either of these cats. Just I don't know. It's maybe something about their personalities. Awesome fighters. I don't want to take nothing away from them. Something about their personalities that kind of bug me or irk me. I don't know, but yeah. This fight, I think it's going to be on the feet. I just keep it like that. It's a firefight. It's a crowd pleaser. There is no real story behind this. This is really, honestly, can Justin Gaethje expose Rafael Fiziev, or can Rafael Fiziev and Justin Gaethje as a top 5 UFC fighter and continue his legacy and his run to the belt? And that's what it comes down to. Justin Gaethje is playing gatekeeper, and Rafael Fiziev is trying to become a contender. That's really where the story comes down to. Yeah, both guys are sensational strikers. I want to prove who is one of the most fascinating and fun fighters to watch in the division. But when you really break it down, they're both fighting for either their spot or they're fighting for a new spot. So, and that's what it comes down to with this matchup. And yeah, but it's an interesting fight, man. It's a real interesting fight, and Gaethje, man, he got so much to prove going into this one. This is a career defining fight for both guys. Honestly, it really is career defining, because man, if you lose this one, you're in a different road. You're in a different situation than you want to be if you lose this fight. Especially for Gaethje, man, you fought for the belt at least 3 times. You fought for an interim title, and then you fought for the world title twice. And yeah, you did beat Tony Ferguson, and you are a former interim champion, so you have to kind of respect that. Depends on how you feel about interim champions. I try to give those guys their respect. And yeah. But I know some people don't give a fuck. I know some people like, yeah, fuck all that. You a fake champ. But my point is though, yeah, this is kind of like, man, you lose this one, there ain't no title shot. You win this one, I still don't think you deserve a title shot, but you in a good spot. You win this fight, you're not completely out of the discussion. You might be back in the discussion, because a lot of people really are high on Rafael Fiziev. Let's not get it twisted. You don't know how many people hit me up in the DM saying put some respect on Fiziev's name after he beat RDA. A lot of motherfuckers came after me for that. I'll never forget that day. That day, y'all niggas, man, the Fiziev fan club made sure I knew Fiziev is the truth. They made sure I knew that shit. But man, the guy was phenomenal though in that fight, and I'll talk about that later. So yeah. You beat a guy like that, you get a lot of respect, because a lot of people find this guy to be a future world champion. And for Fiziev, man, it's just continuing that momentum. Coming off that win over RDA, looking like a god. I'll give him that. He looked like a god in that fight. It's just continue that momentum, keep the ball rolling. And if you're able to go, you beat a former world champion and you beat a current top 5 guy in his prime, shit, man, that's a good spot to be in. And he's right in that #1 contender spot with Benny Dariush, so he'll be set for a title shot. In my opinion, he wins this fight. Maybe he might fight Dustin Poirier, and maybe might knock off the 2 interim fucking placeholders, title chokers. That'd be funny though if he was to go beat Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier back to back. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. Went out there and beat the title chokers back to back. Get those guys out of there. I know some people on MMA Tour would be fucking happy to get Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier out of the top 5, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, man. So let's honestly like talk about the fight. Enough of the filler. Let's get to the tail of the tape. Justin Gaethje comes to a record of a 23-4. Is fighting out of Colorado, age 34, height of 5'11", and reaches 70. Rafael Fiziev comes to the record of 12-1. Is fighting out of Phuket, Thailand, age 30, a height of 5'8", and reaches 71.5. So Gaethje's a little taller, but Fiziev does have the reach on him, but not by a lot. You could see fucking Fiziev is 4 years younger, and Gaethje's right at the end of that prime, man. He's right there, and he's taken some damage in his career, and you know, he's felt it. You know, you could tell. Like honestly, it feels like I'm seeing him get rocked more and more, a lot easier too. And I don't know if it has to do something with the age or what, but that's something I look at. But besides that, man, they're pretty close in their stats. Obviously, I would say Gaethje has the experience advantage going into this. He's been there. He's been in these, highlighted spotlight moments. And this is Fiziev's big opportunity at the spotlight, co-main event of a pay-per-view, right? He just did a fight night main event, but a pay-per-view, that's something different, man. Gaethje's been on pay-per-views. He's headlined pay-per-views. He knows what this feels like. He knows what he has to do, and he knows how to take care of business when it comes to stuff like this. So, obviously, there is going to be a bit of advantage for Gaethje when it comes to that spotlight and pressure. Yeah, has he failed? Yeah, but when it comes to fights like this, usually he wins. So, yeah. But, so the fights I looked at for both guys, honestly. Let's start off with Justin Gaethje. So, Justin, in this matchup, I looked at the Dustin Poirier fight. Now, obviously, with Dustin Poirier, I wouldn't say that they're so, Fiziev and him are so like that, but he's a top-level striker with good boxing, and I think Fiziev has good slick hands. And this is a fight where I looked at where Gaethje, he didn't do his best, right? I thought Gaethje did some good things. So let's talk about the things Gaethje did well in this fight. He chopped down the legs. He chopped down his legs this whole entire fight. Even though he would get hit with shots, he chopped down his legs, man. Constantly throughout this whole fight, chopped down his legs, didn't give him no space, and just broke him down. But besides that, and I thought he landed a really good shot in the fourth round, where he kind of staggered Dustin a little bit. But besides that, this was Dustin's fight. And here's the issue with Gaethje. When you put these combinations, especially you start off with the body, or especially if you're a heavy hooker, right? You like throwing hooks from both hands. When you're throwing your combinations, you're going to have a lot of success against Justin Gaethje, right? Rafael Fiziev loves to throw his body shots and his double hooks from both hands, from the left and the right. So you can just look in these kind of combinations, right, where fucking Dustin Poirier is landing punches on him, and boom, 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 hits him with a goddamn real hook. Shit. Constant. And Gaethje's just like, right? You can't do that against Fiziev. Fiziev's going to take advantage of that. Also, Dustin was able to land a takedown too. A lot of people forget that. He was able to land that takedown. And, hey, it is what it is. Apologize for the interruption, y'all. I didn't even peep that the video had stopped. I was talking for a minute, man. I was pissed, man. I did all that for nothing. But, hey, it is what it is. I didn't talk too much. I didn't get through the whole breakdown and not realize it wasn't recording. But, hey, it is what it is. But, yeah, so I left off talking about the takedown from Dustin Poirier that he was able to land on Justin Gaethje. But besides that, though, we talked about the leg kicks that he's able to land. And, it is what it is. But with Dustin Poirier in this matchup, I felt like his success, man, was just these beautiful boxing combinations he's able to land on Gaethje and just make him pay for the high guard system. And especially, Gaethje would try to, rely too much in that in-pocket leg kick stuff, right? And we'll talk about that. And it's cool, but when you're a heavy hooker, right, or especially a good cross guy, and you throw that cross and you throw those hooks with mean intentions, you're going to catch somebody that throws these leg kicks a lot. And Rafael Fiziev is beautiful with his body shot work, his lead hook, and his cross, and his overhand cross, too. He throws that with bad intentions. And when you throw those leg kicks, and you got to It doesn't matter. Both guys are orthodox or southpaw, right? You throw this part of your face is open no matter what. No matter how much you want to be like, your defense is great, this or that. When you throw a kick, high kick, low body, you always are letting go of one of your areas of defense. It's letting go of that hand. And you're open for a shot. And if someone can time you well, they can hurt you. And Dustin Poirier was so good at taking advantage of Gaethje's high guard and just unloading on him with these boxing combinations, right? He even threw a kick at the end of it too, which was neat for him. And Rafael Fiziev is one of the best guys at throwing high kicks at the end of his combinations, especially when both guys are going back and forth. Rafael Fiziev is so good at going second and third, right? You can throw the first shot, he'll throw the second shot, and then you'll try to throw something, and then he'll throw something at the end. And what he loves to throw is that high kick at the end of his combinations. Go watch that Brad Riddell fight. He loves to throw that lead high kick, and I'll show that clip. And I thought Dustin landed a good body shot. That was really cool for him against Gaethje. And then he just continued to just unload on him, punch after punch. And he made Gaethje pay. For every time he closed his hands, he made him pay. And Gaethje can't do that against Fiziev. Now, it's been a minute since it's happened, but he cannot afford to do something like that. And like I said, what led to the finish of Justin Gaethje in this fight was the leg kicks. He threw a naked leg kick. Dustin Poirier timed it with a cross. He got him. He staggered him. He broke him down. And eventually he got the finish. And Fiziev is probably one of the best strikers in the division. Has how many fucking Muay Thai fights? If you're telling me he can't counter off of leg kicks, you're fucking screwed. I think I think Justin Gaethje shouldn't even go in this fight looking to throw a bunch of leg kicks like he did before. I always say throw leg kicks, but throw it at your own caution, because it's going to be dangerous. Because that guy knows how to check kicks, and he'll make you pay if you throw any naked leg kicks. Either he'll check it, or he'll fucking make you pay with an overhand or cross your goddamn chin. And he's been getting hurt a few times, and I don't know if he can take that kind of damage from a precise fucking striker like Fiziev. But that's one fight where I felt like he fought a striker and he didn't do too well against, right? But I feel like the most perfect example for this fight coming up is the Edson Barboza fight with Justin Gaethje. He looked amazing here. And these guys went leg kick for leg kick, man. Edson would throw his and Gaethje would throw his, and I'm not gonna lie. I think Gaethje won the leg kick battle against Edson Barboza, who's a great, phenomenal, fast switch striker, just very similar to Rafael Fiziev. Now, I think Fiziev is a lot better than him in the I think Fiziev might be just better than Edson Barboza. Even a prime Edson Barboza, he might just be a little better than him. He's a better grappler than him for sure. And in the striking, I would say Edson. My only issue with Edson is he seemed like he would just get a little too gassed at certain moments, but Edson's had fucking spectacular moments in the UFC. So it's hard to judge him off of that. But with Fiziev, man, the way how Gaethje kind of like, and also there was an eye poke in this fight too. So I have to be honest. My guy Duck Clip Justin Gaethje, that's a good one. My boy Star Wars Khalil, man, when he said Duck Lip, I'll never forget that. But my guy Duck Lip Justin Gaethje got the eye poke in the clinch, if you remember, and then he ended up getting the KO. But honestly, I truly believe this. Justin Gaethje is somewhat fast twitch. It's weird to say he's not built fast twitch. You look at his body, he's kind of like, it is what it is. He kind of looked like he could even cut weight to 145 if he wanted to. He could make that weight class. But my point is, though, with Justin Gaethje, is that he's so good at like finding that lead hook and just like entering the pocket and then getting out of the pocket. Like he'll throw that lead hook cross combo, switch and then circle outside the pocket, and then he'll continue to circle the octagon, and then he'll penetrate again in your range, and then try to hit you with some stuff. It's either body or overhand and hook, right? Like he'll throw stuff like that and then get out, right? And he's so good at that. And when you go look at this finish against Edson Barboza, he chases him down, He throws okay, so a lot of people don't know this. He throws that cross, right? Boom. Then he switches stances. So now his lead hand that he threw the cross with, he doubled up on it because he switched the stance and he got that lead hook. And then he fucking folded Edson Barboza beautifully. It was one of these iconic performances. Probably one of his best wins of his career, honestly. It's either this one or the Tony Ferguson fight, or the Chandler fight. That was a good one for him. But my God, that win for him was career defining. After that one, he was put in a lot of good positions, and yeah, it is what it is. I'm sorry, I was a little quick ad for these cats. I was thinking about drinking some, but I know I ain't have none in the drink. But yeah, that was fucking phenomenal. And Fiziev's gonna have to worry about that, man. I've seen guys like Bobby Green land on him. He's not fucking invincible, right? He doesn't have the greatest defense of all time. So I think if Fiziev is, just is smart with the pressure and stuff like that, and he doesn't allow Gaethje to kind of like get in and out of range and throw these heavy shots on him, because Gaethje hits hard. There's no way of saying it. And I think Gaethje, he can win this fight. Like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I wanted to pick Justin Gaethje. I really did. Because I think Justin Gaethje can beat this guy. I really do. I'm not thinking Justin Gaethje's no fucking punk motherfucker that can't beat this guy. The only issue is, for me, what it killed it for me was, and we'll talk about this when we look at the Charles Oliveira fight, was the leg kicks. And when you can figure that out, the guy's he's kind of useless, right? And I feel like if he can land his leg kicks and then land his punches, he can beat this guy. But the thing is, I just think Fiziev is gonna check those kicks, and then he's gonna build off of that momentum, and then he's gonna unload on Gaethje. And I think he has better gas than Gaethje. It's just not a good matchup for Justin, honestly, stylistically. It's just really not. I think Justin, in that first round, he's live, though. In that first round, Ducklip is live. I think, man, if he touches that guy, I'm telling you, if both guys jump in the pocket and they start swinging, Gaethje's fast as fuck, and he knows how to get out of the pocket. He knows how to get out of the pocket. And I know Fiziev knows how to get out of the pocket, too. But the way Gaethje gets out and comes back in, too, like he'll get out and then go back in, it's a problem, bro. It's going to be a problem for Fiziev to deal with, but I don't know. I just think Fiziev is tough, and I think he'll figure it out. And you look at this Charles Oliveira fight, man, and this is what kills it for me, bro. It really does. In this whole fight, I feel like Charles challenged Justin, because Justin, before this fight, had that aura of the guy that's, man, he'll stand and bang with you in the middle. And I think Charles wanted to challenge that guy that everyone's saying, hey, you go and try to strike with him, you'll get hurt, man. And in that fight, man, honestly, I'm not going to lie. Charles hurt him to start off, right? He hurt him in the very beginning of this fight. But in my opinion, you know where Charles really won this fight? Is when he started checking the kicks, bro. You look at this fight. This is completely underrated by Charles. This is how he broke him down. He started checking his kicks, man. And when he did that, man, it was lights out, bro. I'm sorry. He did it again. And I think Gaethje started becoming reliant on the hook and the overhand. And that's what I started noticing. Even though I think Gaethje is good boxing, I ain't gonna lie, Gaethje's, honestly, real talk, a lead hook and cross merchant. Really, real talk. Because that's really what he has in his arsenal. Because he did hurt Charles a few times. He caught him with an uppercut, and he has a good uppercut. That's one thing I gotta give him. He does have a good uppercut, and then he caught him with 2 hooks. But after that, this guy, Charles Oliveira, walked him down like a fucking dog and fucking unloaded on him. And then eventually he got that cross and knocked him down in front of his people in Arizona and choked him the fuck out, which was pretty embarrassing for my guy. That was an embarrassing moment for the Justin Gaethje fanboys. I know it was. And yeah, it is what it is. Like, but yeah. And now he's here. He's fighting Rafael Fiziev, and it is what it is. But Fiziev. So here's some fights I looked at for Fiziev. I looked at the Bobby Green fight. I looked at the Rydell fight, and then obviously I looked at the Dos Anjos fight. In the Bobby Green fight, let's start it off. he did okay. I thought corruption, man. This thing is tripping. But yeah, so let's talk about the Bobby Green fight with Rafael Fiziev. This is one of the fights where I feel like he kind of got exposed, and this is one of the fights where I've never forgiven him for it, right? And it's stuck with me, man. It really has. And I remember watching this fight, man, and I was like, God damn, anybody with some good gas can give this guy problems, bro. He's supposed to be one of the best strikers in the world. Now, I feel like ever since this fight, he's grown from it, and he has not looked like this since then. But in this fight, I thought, man, like, he kind of got exposed. And one of the bigger reasons to me picking, well, not picking Gaethje, but thinking about picking Gaethje in the beginning of this fight announcement, in the build, I really wanted to pick Duck Lip, y'all. I really did, y'all, but I couldn't pull the trigger, man. I really couldn't pull the trigger. I'm a hoe for that. But this was the fight that got me thinking, like, maybe Gaethje might smoke this guy. Now, in the beginning, I thought Fiziev looked okay, even though he got caught with a jab real quick from Green. But Fiziev, every time he threw some shots, it just looked like Bobby was rolling with him. You know, Bobby was landing good shots. Good leg kick from Fiziev there, though. And then some good body shots. And he started landing some good shots in that second round. And I thought he hurt Green for a second. And it kind of looked like the finish from the Dober and Bobby Green fight. If you go look at that original sequence in that second round where they're kind of against the cage and Fiziev's unloading on him, it kind of looked like that. But after that, man, Green started unloading on him, and he started landing good shots of his own, and he started giving it to Fiziev, bro, real talk. And I loved it. He was unloading on him, and it just looked like Fiziev got tired, man, of hitting Bobby Green's shoulders, and Green was rolling with every shot he threw. And that's just the God honest truth. And then, yeah, he just started keeping it on him, and then he told him, like, hey, let's fucking do it in the middle, bro. Let's do it in the middle. Let's really swing and bang. And fucking Green would land his beautiful fucking body shots and fucking jab to the body, cross to the head combo, and then you just landing these jabs and then real hooks and another jab, and then the 1-2 from him was solid. He just was unloading on him. He'd catch his kick eventually, knee him to the body. Fucking Fiziev was tired. And in this last sequence, they're going at it. He hits him with a beautiful lead hook off the clinch, and he just unloads on him. He's chasing him down, and Fiziev's just tired of just getting hit and lit up. It was one of them situations where it's like, how do you not think that anybody in the top 5 gives this guy problems, man? He looks like he has legitimate gas issues, right? Even though he's looked solid now, you look at that fight, is it hard for me to say, man, if Bobby Green can do it, why the fuck can't Justin Gaethje, right? But I felt like he proved me wrong, though, in his Rydell fight, and especially in his RDA fight. And at that point, I stopped doubting the kid, man. In these fights, man, I thought he looked good here, and especially look at what he was able to do with Rydell. He's able to get out the way of a lot of Rydell's kicks. So that's a big thing for me, was the kicks. When I started noticing that Fiziev was having so much success of getting out of the way of the kicks from guys like Rydell, I'm like, I think Rydell's a better kicker than Gaethje, just based on his, Muay Thai experience. And Gaethje is just a fucking wrestler. Is a wrestler that got into MMA. I'd assume Rydell is a better Muay Thai fighter, and Fiziev was able to check his kicks. And man, I thought they both looked good. It was a very competitive fight. It's actually kind of crazy how well Rydell did against Fiziev. But yeah, man, they both were exchanging in the clinch, not in the clinch, in the pocket. But you could look in that clip, how did Fiziev ended that combo with the high kick. You look at what I showed y'all before with Dustin Poirier when he was unloading on him, throwing the double hook, and then he ends it with his own lead high kick. It was horrible, but imagine if Fiziev was able to do that. He's gonna hurt fucking Gaethje. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to look out for. Both guys were just exchanging hook after hook from Rydell and Fiziev, obviously. And Rydell landed some good shots. Boom, boom. Good 2-cross combo at the end, but Fiziev obviously had his hands up. It was to his guard, but Rydell landed a lot of good shots in this fight, man. He did not look like a sucker at all. But and he did a good job of jumping in, something that Gaethje does really well, of jumping in the pocket and throwing shots And man, Rydell would jump in and throw the lead hook and then dip his head either towards fucking Fiziev's fucking elbow or whatever, but he'd keep his head low so Fiziev can't throw anything crazy to his head like an overhand cash counter. And Rydell did a good job of doing that, and that's something that Gaethje can obviously imply going into this fight. And let's look at more tape. But fucking Fiziev does something really well, honestly, too, is the elbows, the jump-in elbows. The way he was able to use that against Rydell right here was impressive. And eventually he started figuring Rydell out, and it started to feel like Rydell was feeling the power of Fiziev, and you could just look at these shots. Both guys would hit each other with hooks, and you could just see the composure. And you could look at Rydell's eyes. They started to kind of get like bug-eyed a little bit because he's like, God damn, this guy hits fucking hard. And a good thing that Fiziev was able to do was not destroy, but just stop any momentum of leg kicks from Rydell. He just would get out the way or either check him. And that was beautiful. He'd get out the way or check him. And eventually got to the point where Rydell went for the takedown. And he got a good takedown here. Good form. He was able to take him down, and maybe Gaethje might try to implore that in their fight. I don't think so. We've said Gaethje should wrestle for his whole life, and he never does. But so it was a close fight no matter what going to that third round, but the way Fiziev ended up figuring him out near the end and noticed that, all right, he's very bouncy and he does this thing where he either go from side to side and then jump, something that Gaethje's really good at. He countered with a spinning heel kick and he switched stance when he threw it too, and it was beautiful. It was God, he caught him with it and Rydell was out of there, and fucking that was just, again, high level striking shit, man. Really high level striking shit. I tell a lot of people, man, fucking this guy's on another level, bro. He really is, man. And I don't think there's not a lot of guys in the game right now that can mess with Fiziev on the feet, and it's gonna be tough, bro. It's gonna be a tough one, man. But and I just don't know, man. I just really don't know. But obviously, Fiziev didn't just stop there. He went out there and proved me wrong again against Rafael dos Anjos. And this fight right here was the fight where I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm not bringing up the Bobby Green fight no more. Okay, you gained my respect, because a lot of people are like, oh, RDA, we've seen this happen before. But when you think about lightweight contenders that have beat RDA, bro, it's Tony Ferguson, Eddie Alvarez, Clay Guida, right? And I think that's about it. And it's Jeremy Stevens, right? But a lot of guys don't go out there and do what fucking Fiziev did to RDA at lightweight. Very few, right? Tony Ferguson, but hey, the eye poke, right? That's how I feel about that fight. But hey, it is what it is. And then obviously he got caught against Eddie Alvarez, and I think he had a bad weight cut, just saying. But in this fight against RDA, bro, he was on a different speed, bro. He really was. RDA couldn't do anything. The knees that he was able to land, and just the cross he was able to land on him, and just everything he was able to land in that fight, bro, in that first round especially. He threw another knee, and he would just throw these knees and then throw the cross too. And then he also would throw this fucking beautiful step-in elbow that I talk about. Boom, hit him. And RDA just didn't know how to deal with him. And especially when RDA tried to grapple, this is when the fight was really interesting, in my opinion, is when he tried to grapple, because he could not take this kid down for shit. And especially in those first 3 rounds, dude, his takedown defense looked amazing. And then Fiziev's body work too. That's something big. If you go look at the Eddie Alvarez fight, how did Eddie beat Gaethje? Body work. And Fiziev threw a lot of body shots and a lot of body kicks at Dos Anjos. He gave it to him. And bro, just look at the takedown defense here. Man, beautiful. Beautiful wizard, beautiful control. And just, man, good cross combo here. And just good body work here again. And he was able to, even anytime RDA would throw any leg kicks, I know this is kind of like, it's like a tapping leg kick, and not like RDA didn't throw a serious leg kick, but just look at the way how he steps his leg out so casually. from that leg. He just gets out the way with the quickness. And just look at the body work again. Boom, 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 and ends it to the head. And then another beautiful shot where he throws the lead leg kick and throws his own little combo here. And then, you know, RDA, in that 4th round, though, I gained some hope because RDA put it on him in this 4th round. Throws the knee. Ba-boom! And then he finally gets the fucking takedown that he needed. Picks this kid up, and I thought, okay, we're submitting Rafael Fiziev. He's done. Rafael Fiziev is done. He's done. But then, and he landed a beautiful elbow outside of the clinch too. But then this fucking finish. Look at this finish. Throws a knee, switch stances, overhand. Boom! Got him. What a beautiful KO from Fiziev. And that's when I was like, man, how can I doubt this kid? And I still wanted to doubt him going into this matchup, but I just think because Fiziev can check the kicks, and I just truly believe wrestling won't be a factor in this fight at all. It could, because there are some implications for this fight for Gaethje, that this is your last chance of being a true contender. And if you can't beat this kid, they're not going to look at you as, okay, he can win one fight, title shot. You're not going to get that no more. You might be able to get one more. I don't know how you got fucking 2. Or not. Well, did you get 2? You didn't get 2. How you got 1? Because your first title fight, you had a win streak. But this shit against Charles, that was crazy. That one, hey, duck lip, you got blessed. Some Dana White privilege right there. But I don't think he's getting a second one. He could, if he beats Fiziev. But he loses Fiziev. He ain't that's done. That's not happening no more, duck lip. So I just think because Fiziev the kid can check the kicks. He has way more Muay Thai experience, way more striking experience than Gaethje. Can Gaethje go out there, be electrifying, and throw one of the craziest lead power hooks of all time and catch Fiziev in that first round? Yeah, he can. He really can. He can jump in the pocket and smoke this kid. Can he win the leg kick battle? I don't know. I've never seen him lose a leg kick battle. I will give Gaethje that. But just based on the technical skills and just seeing what kind of tendencies Fiziev has when anyone does throw leg kicks at him, he's solid. You know, it's hard to say he can't check a leg kick. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not going to be that guy that says fucking Rafael Fiziev, a guy with a bunch of Muay Thai and kickboxing experience, can't check a fucking leg kick. So I think he'll beat Gaethje there. And then I just think he's a better, more technical striker. And I think Gaethje's a good fighter. And I think he has a legit chance in that first round. But past that, I think Fiziev smokes him. I really do. And I think Fiziev gets a 3rd round TKO. Fiziev's a good fighter, good takedown defense. I do think Islam Makhachev and Benny Dariush rapes him. And Gamrot, bring, hey, I'll check Gamrot. Hey, let's the fight. Let's do it. All right, Fiziev fanboys, okay? All right, after y'all get, rid of this clown, Justin Gaethje, duck lip boy, right? Let's run it. Let's run it. Let's run it. My guy Gamrot. Now, people think Gamrot's a hoe now because the GOAT, the uncrowned king, Benny Dariush beat him. Okay, all right, all that talk, fucking Gamrot whoops him. All right, but that's just my opinion. But besides that, I got Rafael Fiziev by 3rd round TKO. He's a good fighter, y'all. Don't get it twisted. But I still think Gamrot whoops him. That's the fight. Hey, that's where I get bold. You better get bold right there. I say Gamrot whoops him. King Gamrot, man. Polish King Gamrot. But yeah, that's my pick. I gotta go with Rafael Fiziev and the 3rd round TKO. But also another thing for Gaethje, though, he doesn't lose to Sanford MMA guys, and also he doesn't lose when Kumar Usman's on the card. So those are things to look at. So if there's any bold Justin Gaethje pickers out there, I wish you the best of luck because I want this fraud little motherfucking five Muay Thai fanboy, probably likes little Thai boys on the side. You know what they say about Thailand and fucking T boys, little tranny boys, and I bet you that boy Fiziev has indulged. But besides all that, man, I pray that Gaethje gets it done. I'm rooting for Gaethje in spirit, but I think Fiziev is going to smoke him. But hope you guys enjoyed the little breakdown. I know I was a little all over the place, but hey, it is what it is. Not my best work, but just it's been a tough day, but I had to get this video out of the way. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love y'all. Goodbye. Go follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter. Let's get this eBay Fight Prediction Nation growing. Love y'all and goodbye.